All right, how we doing?
I'm alive.
Alive, making it.
Why am I getting lazier?
Well, maybe we'll talk about that today. Thanks for joining us. I didn't see all the other usuals right here. What are you gonna do with that picture there, Aaron?
Oh, I'm gonna send it to my girlfriend. I'm doing a snap streak.
You're doing what?
Snap streak. You know what Snapchat is?
I know what Snapchat is. Jesus, I'm not that old. A snap streak?
Yeah, it's like where we continue to like just like snap each other on the toes.
I don't have time to get into that. There's a lot to unpack there. Okay. As to why can't you just text? Why do you need Snap? But because everyone has text. You have to download an app. No, no, they don't.
I yelled at you in the car.
I don't. At your age, they shouldn't.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Snapchat is actually you can communicate with less effort. You just have to open your phone and press a button.
You know, I didn't think I was that hot on Tuesday, so I thought, well, I'll record class today and see if I do any better. And we're not doing any better so far. We started poorly. All right, we'll try. What happened with John at the Air Force Academy?
He spread his unhealthiness.
He spread his unhealthiness. What? He made everybody fat. What else? I heard some other. What'd you say?
Oh, I didn't say anything. I was
Just talk about the academy. Do you think the core is harder than the academy? Do you think it is?
What kind of friend is?
Yes.
But it depends. I think it would depend.
Not by a long shot. Not by a long shot. You guys can go in your own room and close the door. Okay. Again, we'll unpack that later. But no, it is significantly harder. Most of you, as seniors, you kind of come around. As like fishing sophomores, you're like, "There's no way. We're right there with all the academies." I hate to tell you. Okay. Anyway, we digress. Okay. What is mirroring? We can unpack it all you want. Okay. We'll do it at the chicken. Huh? Mimicry, which is what? What are you doing?
Where you like master body.
Yeah. What'd you say? No.
You start picking up different things and traits that other people do that you're hanging around.
Yeah. Who's been abroad? Okay. Did you ever start like acting and speaking differently?
Yeah, I wrote about that.
Yeah. What'd you do, Michael?
Oh, well, I wrote about how I live 15 minutes from Mexico, and some of the I mentioned in the close others portion, but like my buddies and I will talk in Spanish to each other up here just to confuse the crap out of other people.
That's outstanding.
And it's pretty hilarious. And then when people speak Spanish around us, they're usually talking crap about us. And,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Really funny to call them
Crazy gringos, man. Güeros? They call you güero?
Güero, güerito.
Yeah. Yeah. Mango. Okay. I went to term abroad and I was in Ireland and they say their R's differently. My first name is Darren. And I was like, darn, like I could not say my own name correctly, which is a weird phenomenon. Okay. But it happens. Okay. Cool. Why do we do that? Why do we do mirroring? You want to fit in? Yep. How many of you, when you got here as fish, didn't know any of your buddies and just started acting like other people? Why, Seth?
It's unconscious. Like you don't even notice you're doing it until you catch yourself.
Yeah.
You're around different people and you're like, oh wait, I'm like copying that person.
Yeah, yeah. It's weird, isn't it? Okay. So most of the time you don't even notice you're doing it. Okay. When we get into new environments, we tend to come in and we're like, I don't even notice I'm doing that. Isabel. Why?
Because I figured out how to fit in with them, and because I want to be close with them.
Okay. All right. What are close others?
Like the people that are, it's like the people you get the most traits from, like the most learned traits, I guess.
Partially, yeah.
I would think
Could
it's the
be.
people you're around the most.
Yeah, it's people you're around, right? The people you like being around, people you choose to be around. Okay? How many of you see that? You see like high achievers, and you want to be a part of that? I hope so. Otherwise, you're going to fall into the trap of John at the academy and his lazy degree, okay? His lazy experience. Okay? Yeah, okay? Is pizza the best food?
Yes, not for you.
Huh?
If you're talking in terms of taste, then sure.
I finally got Aaron to jump into a conversation because it's food related. Okay? Now I know. It took me all semester.
I had pizza actually last night, so.
It's just in the chat. Is pizza the one thing that's like the hardest to stop overeating? No? No? Not. Hold on. What's that?
My brother worked at a tomato sauce for 4 years. I can't.
Got sick of it? Yeah.
You ever had snickerdoodles?
What'd you say? What did you say?
Said you ever had snickerdoodles?
I love snickerdoodles. Okay. This was just in the chapter, just trying to see. It worked. I got Aaron involved. Okay. Everyone else is not sure what the hell we're talking about. Right? Kirby?
No, I'm fully aware.
Okay. Just checking. Okay. What is mentorship? Not all at once. What's mentorship? Holy shit. Junior's in the core.
You're kind of like a teacher, like a personal teacher.
Teacher. Okay, cool. I'll take it. What else?
It's like,
Michael?
I was gonna say I consider a mentor to be somebody who's kind of a little bit further along in life and experience what you're experiencing at that point, so they have the best ability to guide you through that.
Okay. I'll take it. Kelly?
kind of when you take someone under your wing is what I kind of think of it. You get to know them, and then you talk about, I guess, like what they're going through, and then you relate what you've been through, and you kind of help them based off your experiences.
Sure. Okay. Yep.
I'd say the best part about mentorship is the feedback you get from the mentor.
Okay.
Typically, that relationship, you ask for feedback, and the mentor is supposed to provide that.
Cool. Okay.
I would say mentorship is like multi through teaching and empathy.
Aaron's on fire today. Freaking me out. Okay. Good. I'll take it. Okay. Are you a good mentor? Are you a mentor? Yes? You're supposed to be, right? Okay. Are you a good one? Why, Nolan?
I just am. No. Because I really do care about like a lot of people in my outfit, especially underclassmen.
Okay.
So I think caring about them is one of the main qualities of being a mentor.
Okay. Cool. I'll take it. Who else? Seth?
I think I'm a good mentor to people who like are going through experiences that are the most similar to my own, so I have the most experience in.
Sure.
It depends, like, to what person, how much my mentorship is probably going to help them or not. So.
Okay. I'll take it. Who else? Holden?
I like to invest in people if they want to invest in like their faith. That's something that that's a value that I hold very strong.
Okay.
So with things that I learned, I like sharing that with underclassmen or upperclassmen, really whoever has open ears and soft hearts to listen. And I think that I can take on that mentorship role and have in the outfit not being like a chaplain, like a designated mentorship role, but someone who does it regardless.
Okay. Cool. Is your ring new?
It is. I don't know.
Can't. He literally, I think he touched it nonstop the entire time he was talking. Okay. Congratulations. What else? Who else? Gabriella?
I guess like I'm more like a teacher, but I teach little girls back home a little bit how to ride. I help my mentor out, and it's just really cool because they come up to me and ask me questions, and then I try and show them, or I sit with them on the horse and I show them, and it's really cool to be able to see their progress. And
Yeah.
the next time, they keep growing and getting better and better. That's why I stay.
Awesome. Good. Yeah. Seniors, they good mentors to you?
Yes.
The first yes in the history of the Corps of Cadets.
Not mine.
What? Why not? Why not, Holden? Bless you. COVID?
Because it's like checked out and they use it as like we're done. Just have fun.
Okay. Who else? Similar?
They used to be.
They used to be. What happened?
They stopped caring.
Okay. Noah?
Our care. They're just bad examples. They're just not. They're not people that you should strive to live like.
Okay, Nolan.
I would think their priorities change.
Can't wait to show him this.
Because like with my officer, it was great mentorship the entire time, and then the MCAT really had to take hold of her life, where she can get into medical school. So like the mentorship there lacked tremendously.
Okay.
I think the priority is good ahead of them.
Okay, Harrison.
There's no more incentive. You reach the top. What else do I have to do? I got my boots, I got my ring, I just want my diploma. Get me out of here. I'm done.
Interesting.
Like freshman year is
place to be a good mentor?
what?
What's the incentive in the first place to be a good mentor?
Well, okay, like if we want to talk in the core model, like freshman year, you want to get through freshman year, be a sophomore.
What's the incentive like though?
Like there's incentives to survive. My incentive.
No, I'm saying what's the incentive to be a mentor? Anyways.
To be a mentor, that's not. I'm not talking about being a mentor. I'm talking about the incentive to be a part of an organization. But the incentive to be a mentor is like, I guess, to pass down your knowledge. If you want to say that, but I guess.
But haven't they been doing that for 3 years?
The seniors.
Yeah.
I guess some of them do it, but.
I mean, at a point, right? They used to. 'Cause that's kind of what I heard, right? Okay, Gabriella?
Okay, some of them, like, well, some of them, yes, they are bad
Close
examples.
one of
They
those
may
doors
not
for me.
have, like, they might not show the best actions.
Okay.
But in regards, I can go to them and I can ask them like personal questions like, hey, how do you get over this? How do you overcome this? And they're able to share knowledge with me. So they may not be
Thanks,
the
Sam.
best example when it comes to maybe, their actions or doing things in the core or just like school. But in regards to having experience and kind of like life lessons, they can pass those down. That's why I go to them.
Okay. Okay. Does anybody have a mentor outside of the Corps? Like, not your parents, but like someone career field or whatever, looking up to, CTO, whatever. Okay, good. Okay. If it's seniors, whoever, pick. How do you or they know if they're a good mentor or not?
Feedback.
Do you tell them? Harrison?
I'll tell them.
Okay. How's that go?
I mean, I have seniors, one of my good friends, who are like, hey man, thanks for hanging out with me. But like, not like that.
But
yeah,
the bad ones. What about you saying that most of you said that seniors are not good mentors? Do you tell them?
That they're not good mentors? Yeah, and then they go shut up, you're a junior.
Or they give you rams like our outfit.
Okay. Noah?
I think a good indicator is like, does your person trust you with advice? Like, I know my mentor outside of the Corps, I'm constantly asking for advice, for guidance on a lot of little life things, and I would never do that with my seniors because, like, I know that they don't come from a place of caring about me and stuff like that. So they can probably tell if I'm not asking them for guidance on any of my life decisions or like anything or any advice on that, then it's probably a pretty good indicator I don't look to them as a mentor.
Huh. Okay. All right. Nolan?
I gotta think it's the difference between a friend and a mentor, because I would think a mentor is more professional.
It should be different. I mean, you can have friends that you look up to. That's fine. But I hope you have a genuine mentor or something in life, whether it's in the Corps or outside. I hope that you have someone that you can turn to for advice and things like that.
I think this organization is different. I think it's more of a buddy-buddy instead of like a true hard mentor.
Is it supposed to be part of junior year? Okay. Isabel? You have something to say?
Well, with like the seniors who respect this like feedback and stuff, they're like decent at receiving feedback if they ask for it.
Say it again.
They're decent at receiving feedback if they ask for it.
If they ask for it.
Mhm.
Okay.
If they don't ask for it, then they kind of like shut you down.
Okay.
But I've had seniors like come up to me or like some of my buddies who just ask like, hey, why see all the fake stuff? We're not doing our part or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But in regards like mentoring, in our office,
Okay, yeah. Okay.
And my wife went mentor last year. I liked her just fine. And like I thought she was a good mentor. I thought she had good experiences. We were very similar in our walk of faith.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as she had the position of like mentor over me, like she from what I saw, she changed. She was a different person.
Change. Yeah.
Like drastically.
Okay.
It's not someone I want to look up to anymore.
So viewed it more of as a job, right? Something she had to do versus something that she chose to do. Okay. All right. Sometimes I'm just seeing if you guys are following with where I'm going with questions. Does anybody know what time measures? What? Yeah. What does time measure? When things are due. Good answer. Okay. I just throwing that in to see if anybody knows. Yeah. Oh, you should. You're the math major. It spins anyway. Is it going to get measured? Yeah, but it's because we look at when instances happen. That's the mathematical answer. That's all. Just checking on you. Okay. All right. This semester. All right. Are you a better you? From what we've done here? Okay. What have you gained or lost?
From this class specifically?
Yeah. Or in general. Huh? What'd you say? Sleep. Okay. I got weight the other day, too. That was a good one. Noah?
Specifically from this class, a new kind of perspective on stress. That
Okay.
was the biggest lesson that I've taken away so far is how to look at how your body handles stress.
Okay. Cool. What else? Kevin?
Kind of how the brain works.
Yeah?
In
Okay.
certain situations.
Okay. What else? Isabel?
Gangster phenomenons that I've been experiencing like my whole life. There's actually a word for like mirror me, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. What else? Well, personally. What else? Colton?
This semester, this class has highlighted their ultimate accountability group, and not just a group of people that just like are doing life with you, but are like people that you respect, people that you want to mirror, people that are pushing you to be a better version of yourself.
Okay.
Whether that's like 3 or 4 guys that you can actively go to hold you accountable to whatever goal that you set.
Okay. Cool. What else? Personally. Holden?
Looking at like all the willpower stuff, that anything's possible. I mean, I know we always say like anything's possible, but you know, looking at bad habits and stuff, you're like that's.
What have you gained or lost? Like, what have you changed?
Just changed my outlook on.
Okay.
I know that I can solve problems and fix like the bad habits.
Okay.
And really set my mind to it and follow like what they said in the book.
Okay. I'll take it. Brandon?
Self-awareness and like my own willpower challenges.
Okay. Cool.
I know I just let I'm stressed. I'll realize, oh my god, that's why I'm having a tough time.
Okay. Cool. William? Do you have your hand up?
I was thinking about it, but I'd say probably just like not using willpower to not bag out when the opportunity presented itself. I could have probably slept through formations and gotten away with it and not gotten CPG'd or rammed or anything. Lots of things I could have done and just not got caught. But then using this willpower to say like, hey, no, that's not the right thing to do. I'm gonna go do the hard thing.
Okay. Kelton, you're nodding?
Mine's kind of similar to his.
Similar?
Like, been looking through a lot of things through the perspective of willpower. It's like once upon a time I would have said, nah, I can't do that. Or I would have immediately said, you know what, we're just going to not go to this restaurant. And now it's like, well, let's like, let's put a little bit of effort in and see if I get anything out of it. And then I come back and I'm feeling better than I did rather than I didn't.
Okay. Cool. You guys like yourselves more? No? Why?
I realized how disappointed I am.
In what? What do you mean?
Oh, I fail all the time.
Yeah. Okay. That's nothing wrong with that. Is it a good thing?
I mean, failing is not a good thing.
There's a lot of very successful people that would say otherwise. Okay. Is it making you better?
I mean, maybe you graduate later.
Like you failing
Is it making you a better person or not?
I really don't know.
What do you think about him?
It does.
It does what?
It does make him a better person because one of his character flaws is yes, is not really empathetic a lot.
I can tell. No one in here is surprised.
Sometimes he has sometimes like not doing so well in class. He's more empathetic to others who are not doing well in class.
Okay.
He's having issues with his girlfriend. He's more empathetic to like us who have feelings.
Do you remember? It was so. If you had me, but the assignment you had to do where you had to go ask peers what they thought about you. Do you guys remember that in 281? Which was probably pretty eye-opening if you actually went and did it versus if you just made up the scores. But if you go ask people what they think about you, it can be pretty eye-opening, right? Some of them are on par, and some of them even think you're better than you think. Some of you are really critical of yourselves, right? And some of you are like, actually, you're pretty good at this or whatever. So it can be pretty eye-opening, and that was beautiful. That was amazing to watch. Okay, are you capable of changing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Anybody say no? No one?
I think you're capable of changing to a degree, but I think as you get older, you kind of become more firm in who you are as a person.
Why do you think that is?
Because I think that just from my own observations, you're learning whenever you grow, but once you kind of I've met a lot of like 50, 60 adults who don't like change and don't really.
Don't like change, but are they capable of it?
I mean, yeah, but it's a lot harder. It's a lot
Maybe.
harder to change something you've been doing for 50 years.
Yeah, yeah. But are they capable?
I mean, I guess they're always capable, but it becomes infinitely difficult the older you get.
It can. It sure as hell can. Right? But that's on you. We'll get into that. Michael?
So I feel like what causes change is life experiences. So you look at people early on in life. I'm just going to use a statistic, not trying to bring up politics, but people generally get more conservative as they grow through life. As you're a young person, even a young adult, you might not experience taxes and the full experience of a full-time job. So as you progress through life, your experiences change, and that changes your view of how particular things work. So I feel like that's
Sure. Yeah. So, but change can. Who's changed this semester? A little bit. Why only a little bit?
I mean, I feel like kind of to build off that, change comes from the greatest change comes from the greatest pressure applied. So this year, I would say I changed a lot in a short amount of time because there's all the constant pressure, and I feel like that's kind of why as you get older, it's less common that you change because you've had more experiences, you've been through more type of thing. I mean, this semester wasn't the worst, it wasn't the best.
Thanks.
So, I feel like in regards to SOMS at least, I have more of situational awareness or
Okay.
whatnot. But
Last year, if I asked you this, most of you would have said no. Most of you said no. People don't change, can't change who you are, and all that stuff. Is that true? No, not really. Okay? It's just whether or not you want to, right? Does it feel natural at first? Trying to not throw your jacket on your chair, right? You came in, threw your jacket down, totally normal. And then to stop, you didn't even notice when you were doing it, right? Okay? So to change, it was unnatural. Okay? It doesn't feel natural at first if you're trying to do something. Okay? It tends to be where we are. Okay? It tends to be what you're doing with your life and all that. You guys are exactly right. Can you make it feel natural? How many of you can snap or whistle? You didn't used to be able to do that. Right? When you're walking around, you're sticking your tongue out, you're just howling like you can't whistle, right? You're trying to figure it out. You got a sibling who can do it. It's driving you nuts, and you practice. Okay? Yeah, that's what happens. Okay? Through your whole lives. And yes, sometimes you settle in. All right? We'll talk about that a little bit. Okay? No different than working on school, career, personality, whatever. It's whether or not you want to. It's literally up to you guys. Okay? Hey, Snoop Dogg fans? It's a line from Snoop Dogg. Nobody? Jeez, I'm old. You guys are lame. Can you spot a fake?
Depends on how good it is.
Depends. Emery, you're nodding? What do you got?
Yeah, I'm more of like an observant person, and like, I tend to like sit back and watch what's happening, so I can. And when I have a conversation with somebody, I usually want to take like the more, I guess, passive role in
Yeah.
the conversation rather than like active. And so I feel like I can pretty easily spot like somebody who's trying to be buddy with me and trying to get something or
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah, you quiet types? Where are my quiet types? Sit back. You guys observe it more than anyone, right? Okay? Those of us that talk all the time, bah, bah. Just, we sound like idiots, okay? We're stuff. Okay. Can you spot authenticity? Yeah? Okay, how? How can you tell?
It's generally in how people consistently act.
Okay, consistency,
So-
good.
Like, and it's the situations you see them in. It's like for me, my freshman year, it would have been hard to spot authenticity in
Sure.
my CO or whatever, because I didn't see him often.
Yeah.
Every time he's in front of me, he's doing his big bad. Oh, I'm here, and I'm
Yeah.
a leader and such. But now I see, like our first run, I see him in front of the freshmen, and I see him in his room. Like, we go out to dinner together, so I can tell when he's really like, yeah, no, I'm behind this, and I mean what I say. And he's just kind of like, I'm saying this, but it's whatever.
Yeah, okay. I'll take it. How do you know if you're being authentic? Andrew?
So usually the way that I've been able to tell someone's authentic is to talk about kind of sinking yourself, you don't realize the time's moving and stuff.
Okay. A little bit of that flow and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when someone is being truly authentic about something they actually like care about or truly believe in, they kind of start to do that themselves. You can see when that's happening.
Okay, how do you know when you're being? I mean, you touched on it. Is it the same for you?
Yeah, it's very similar for me. I'll get into something and I'll just kind of keep going.
Okay.
My momentum just builds on itself. Especially like if I'm in a conversation or if I'm even doing something, I don't want to stop.
Okay. Cool. Wait.
I'd say, like, you can know, or at least I know if I'm being authentic with people is if I'm acting the same way with them or towards them as I do if I'm by myself.
Okay.
And so if I, talk in a way that I would, like, normally, not really talk to myself, but, like, if I would act in a way that I would act by myself, I think that's also how you can spot it is if, someone's doing something that's genuinely them. They're not being fake. They're not, that's why I think it's harder to spot with a conversation. It's more action-based.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's more of how they act. It
Sure.
goes back to kind of integrity of if they're doing the right thing, whether or not people are watching or if people are grading or not. So
Okay.
I think that's kind of how I would.
Nolan, do you have something?
I just for the second question, it's about authenticity. Whenever people like kind of put their money where their mouth is, like a lot of people start talking about stuff and then they never actually do anything about it. That's how I can
Okay.
spot things.
So actions over words.
Yeah.
I think. Okay. Seth?
I think that sometimes it's harder to tell if you're being authentic than in other people.
Yes.
Just because, like, you can convince yourselves of things you want, of something you want to be true, even if, like, deep down you know it's not the case. So that's a case where you have to depend on your friends a lot, where they'll be like, hey, come on, you don't really feel that way. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Of course I do. And then it takes you a while to come around. And you're like, oh wait, you're right.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Emery?
So one thing I always tell myself is just to be clear and consistent with everything I do. So, like, being clear, like, don't have any hidden motives behind anything, like, always try to walk with integrity,
Yeah.
that kind of thing, and then consistent, so do it every time. So don't be, like, and it also comes to, like, holding people to the standard, like, be clear with what your standard is, and then consistent with how you follow through with that.
Okay.
And then so, I'd say that's like my way of trying to be authentic as much as I can.
Okay. Isabel? Did you have your hand up?
I did for Will, and I was gonna say, I feel like the only issue with like seeing how you act by yourself versus how you act with people is you act differently with different people, and that doesn't mean you're not being authentic. It just means a different part of you is like presented. So I mean, yes, I would say like there's a lot of similarities to the way you act in private to like being authentic in public.
Okay.
But just sometimes you act differently because you're with different people.
Okay.
Like the way I act with my buddies versus the way I act with like my mom and dad, different. Does not mean I'm not being authentic though.
Okay.
It's just different.
All right.
Different way of being.
Sure. As long as you know it, though, right? So how do you know?
I guess for me, for being authentic, is making me like how I see it is like isn't like how are my emotions? Are my emotions like because I'm emotional?
It's how you feel, right?
Yeah, so I'm an emotional person, and if my emotions are like words, whether it's like positive or negative, then I can see myself being authentic. If like I'm in a situation where I like pull back emotions,
Okay.
I'm not being my true like. Self.
Andrew, it's your turn. Is she telling the truth?
Oh yeah, Josh is totally telling the truth.
I was just giving you an opportunity. All right, this might be my favorite slide I've ever made. It's where you guys are. Okay, we're all gonna die. But advances in modern medicine, the way I feel right now, high level of income, no reason to believe I can't live to be 250, maybe 300 years old. Ricky Bobby, anybody? Okay. All right. Okay. Here's what happened. Here's where you're going. Okay. So we made it. Now we're butts. We're almost about ready to put those boots on, right? And wear them for 9 months and then never wear them again. Okay? Good job, right? Go in the real world. I showed you this on first day of class. Here you are. Okay? It's all downhill. All right? I hate to break it to you. So, how will you continue to develop? Noah?
Continue setting goals. If you don't have something you're working towards, then what do you,
Okay, setting goals. Okay, good. What else? Brandon?
Sure you're in a community that has the same goal as you, that is actually
Say that again. Say the first part.
a community
Okay.
that's gonna have the same goals as you, continue to push you.
Okay, put yourself in that community. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, or find it if you don't have it.
Okay, yeah, I'll take it. Colton?
I think, yeah, to yourself, connect with you, but also have hard conversations. But a lot of times, especially like guys, are very scared to have like deep conversations. You put up this wall, like very prideful or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And you're not going to develop if you're not being honest with yourself. And so I think it's just so important to have like good, honest community where you're being challenged, and that's where that true development happens.
Okay, good. I'll take it. Nolan?
I wrote an equation. So you have to have time, you have to be in the right environment, you have to understand and like look back at your experiences, and then you have the knowledge of how to change and like where you want to change within yourself, and that will allow development. So as long as you have those, because like I took every one of y'all's words that y'all said and I put it in an equation, and that's what it is. So.
Good. The engineers will be relieved. I can just do an equation and I will evolve. Is that how it's going to happen? No, why not, Harrison?
There's not an equation for everything.
Okay. All right. How are you going to... Huh? How will you continue to develop, Harrison?
Start making money.
Okay. Is that going to make you a better person?
Yes.
You think?
Yes. Yes.
I bet it won't.
My parents will argue it'll make me less entitled. So.
Your parents will argue make it less entitled?
Yes.
That you'll feel less entitled with
If
more.
I start making my own money, yeah.
Huh.
Don't ask me how their heads work. I don't know.
Interesting. Okay. Gina, how will you continue to develop?
I think, like when in modern years, it'll be hard to like I won't have any goals to perform by other people. So I need
Maybe.
to set my own goals.
Yes. Okay. So how are we going to do that? Brandon?
You have to make your own yourself uncomfortable.
Okay. Okay. All right. Look, and I don't know if you guys ever believe me, okay? But this never ends. Career and personal development never end, right? Or they shouldn't. Okay? You can always be better at something. Don't care what it is, right? Nolan Keller touched on people being lazy, getting set in their ways. Fine. Who thinks they're a good driver? Okay? Who's a shitty driver? And knows it, okay? I love it. You know why? Because when you got to a certain level, you quit trying. You just said, you know what? I'm good enough. I'm here. I'll make it, okay? And who's from Texas? You know they make cars with turn signals, right? Like you don't have to put fluid in or anything. It's just they actually work because nobody uses them here. And if they do, they're coming over, right? If you see a turn signal on, watch out, okay? But what happens is you guys get to a certain level and you think you're good. No different in life. No different in your career. If you want to keep moving up, it's on you. If you're good and you get to a spot and you don't want to improve, then stay there. Stay there forever. Be stagnant. Okay? But this never ends. How many of you want families? How many of you are ready to be parents? No. You know why? Because parenting is an opportunity to screw someone up from scratch. Okay? That's what it is. Good luck. And guess what? The hospital knows you have them. You have to feed them. You have to take care of them. All I want to do with my 2-year-old was give her $20, tell her to go to the mall. Get out of here. Go away for a while. They're always around. Call your parents and apologize. Okay? You have to figure out how to be a parent. Before that, you got to figure out how to be a spouse. Summer, you were shitty. Did your boyfriend and girlfriend tell you that? You got things to work on? Yeah, you do. Just wait. It never stops. Okay? PT, whatever, I don't care. Pick something. There's always something you can be better at. Right? You can't rest on your laurels. And if you do, you're going to judge those people. You already do it. You judge people on certain things already. This person's a bag. Why? Well, they suck at PT. Okay. This person's a bag. Why? They suck at school. Fair enough. We do it all the time. Okay? We can always be better. Right? You have to continue to develop yourself. I don't know if everyone believes me. I think people, like Gina brought up, I'm just going to get my job and I'm there I'm at. Okay? I'm good to go. That's up to you. That is totally up to you. Okay? How do you do it and remain authentic? Grant?
I figured that would come.
I haven't called on you yet. Richard, you're next.
Yeah,
Bless you.
I think the difference between, going back to the last question, the difference between being authentic and being fake is when you're fake, you're kind of promoting a facade, a false person, obviously. So it's all in who gets the glory, I guess. Is it this fake person that you created, or is it other people? Is it true self? You know, why say the SOMS language? So the way to remain authentic is to just finally have some courage and man up and get rid of that fake image you're putting, whether that's, I'm this PT stud who doesn't have any kind of problems ever. You can totally, I think it takes a lot of courage to acknowledge your problems, acknowledge that you need growth, and go seek help on that. And then you actually become something awesome.
You've been calling on Grant all day, right? Good answer. Okay, Richard, what do you got?
I think if you continue to develop yourself and challenge, then challenging yourself shouldn't feel
Good. I like it. Well done. Good job. Okay. Leadership is not about what you have to do. It's about what you choose to do. Anybody know who said that?
You did a second ago.
Anybody have any guesses? You smart ass son of a bitch. Nailed it. Yeah, I did. Okay? Because to me, all right, look, there's a million books on leadership, okay, or habits, or making a better you, or anything like that. Okay? This is a hard thing to do, right? Again, we touch on it all the time. I can make you guys accountants. I can make you engineers, all that good stuff. Okay? It's far harder to be an awesome person, right? If you really want to get into it. It's harder to excel at all elements of life, okay, outside of just what you do, right? Oh, it didn't even come up. Didn't even get my joke, okay? When I was in the Air Force, there was a kid, we were at tech school, so right out of basic training, and this kid was getting medically kicked out, right? Which sucks. Sad deal. Made it through basic, found something wrong with his heart, okay? He was abusing every last bit of power he had of the few of us that he outranked, which was almost nobody. It was the brand new people. And I watched him just barking out orders and treat people like shit. And I was like, you don't have to do that. You got to give the orders. You got to pass them down. You got to get people to do things, whatever. Okay? But the way he was treating people, I was like, I don't like you. Nobody likes you. Okay? Regardless of, oh, feel bad for me because I'm getting booted, all right, out of the Air Force. Right? I was judging him by how he was treating people. Right? He had to give orders, fine. He didn't have to do them that way. He could have chose to handle things differently. And that's how I view it. Okay? Leadership is literally about what you choose to do. What do I choose to do? Do I choose to be better? Do I choose to work harder? Do I choose to be a bag? Because you all make those decisions. We're just a collection of our choices. That's all it comes down to. Okay? Special treat. Assuming I get this to work. It never does.
Words and ideas can change the world. See that look at Mr. Pitt's eye? Like 19th century literature has nothing to do with going to business school or medical school, right? Maybe. Mr. Hopkins, you may agree with them, thinking, yes, we should simply study our Mr. Pritchard and learn our rhyme and meter and go quietly about the business of achieving other ambitions. A little secret for you. Huddle up. Huddle up! We don't read and write poetry because it's cute. We read and write poetry because we are members of the human race. And the human race is filled with passion. Medicine, law, business, engineering, these are noble pursuits and necessary to sustain life. Poetry, beauty, romance, love, these are what we stay alive for. To quote from Whitman, "O me, O life of the questions of these recurring, of the endless trains of the faithless, of cities filled with the foolish, what good amid these, O me, O life?" Answer, that you are here, that life exists, and identity, that the powerful play goes on and you may contribute a verse. That the powerful play goes on and you may contribute a verse. What will your verse be?
Why would I show you that? You get one shot, guys. You get one shot at life. If you want to bury yourself into being a Marine or being a pilot, okay, or whatever it is you want to do, I have no idea what you want to do, Noah. What do you want to do? You don't even know, do you?
Yeah, no, I want to start my own business.
Okay, good. Whatever you want to do, do it. Whatever you want to be awesome at it, okay? There's a lot of things that you're not going to like in your career. So if you want to focus on your family or whatever, being the best mom or dad, then do that. Okay? If you want to be the best physician, you find value in that, do that. Okay? But there's so much to life, right? So don't stop. Don't stop trying to progress. Like, if you want to go work and make a bunch of money and you get to 1 or 2 weeks a year vacation with your family, and that's enough for you, personal time, then do that. But you got to figure out that balance. Okay? It is up to you guys. You got one shot at life. That's it. It's short. How quickly the last 3 years go. Blink of an eye, right? It's a coming. Okay? Don't stop working on yourself. Don't stop trying to improve. Okay? I saw that movie when I was 10 years old. Right? Has anybody seen it? I saw that movie when I was 10 years old, and I thought, that's what I want to do. Okay? Never thought I would have the credentials to do it. All right? At this level. When I was in college, sitting in college, I was like, I can do this better than him. Never thought I'd have the credentials to do it. Okay? 10 years after undergrad, went back, got a master's. Loved being back in school. Okay? Came here and thought, wow, I can get a PhD. The only reason I got it is because I was stubborn as hell and kept going and kept working at it, while raising a family, while trying to get my PT and take care of myself. Okay? You can't ever stop progressing. And I don't care what it's in. Don't care. Pick your thing. All right? But make sure it counts. Make sure it counts in your life. Okay? How do you know you're being authentic? Spoiler alert. Okay? Has anyone seen The Sixth Sense? You've had like 23 years. He was dead the whole time. Still went to work. What an idiot. Okay? He was dead. Didn't even know it. Nobody? I thought that was hilarious. Okay? So what about mirroring? Why do we do it? If you're trying to be authentic, if you're trying to be yourself, okay, why do we mirror? Seth?
I think what you consider yourself is kind of like an amalgamation of everyone you've ever met before. So it's like you can't really, being authentic is always gonna include the people that you've met as you live your life. So
You guys, if you ever read undergraduate papers, you guys should read them. It's the worst, most painful thing in the world. You guys just spit cliches. You just say things you've heard. You say things your parents have said. You say other things. That's what mirroring is. We're just trying to fit in. Okay? And once in a while, in your paper, an original thought will come in. It'll be awesome. Like, oh my God, they just said something all on their own. Okay? Yeah, you guys also just, nothing is backed up with fact. It's just spouting opinion. Okay? Because you hate citing anything. Right? But once in a while, you'll say something, and it's profound, and it's awesome, and then you'll shrink back away and not say that anymore. Why? Brandon? You ever heard it? Partially. Isabel? What if you're wrong? Everyone's afraid of being judged. Everyone's afraid of doing the wrong thing, saying the wrong thing. How I'll be seen? How I'll be heard? What will people think of me? You know what? It doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't give a shit. It's awesome. Try it. Okay? I'm pretty comfortable with me. Still got to work on me. But I'm pretty good with me. A lot of you guys, this is like your generation, but you're scared of fear, which is why depression and anxiety are so high amongst your age group. Okay? You're scared of screwing up. It'll be okay. Right? Most of you are pretty awesome people. Right? Don't be afraid of that. Don't be scared of that. Okay? Have the confidence to think for yourself regardless of judgment. Speak your mind. Okay? This is a hard thing to do. Right? But it's something you can choose to do. Believe me? I don't know. I don't know if Kelly does. Okay. Any questions? I don't want to hold you guys over. The reason we did this today is the final assignment is the end of the ILDP. Okay? It talks about exactly the things that we talked about today. Okay? Next week is our last class. It is a normal Thursday. A normal, regular Thursday. Okay? I will remind you, but please bring your laptops or device or something like that. Okay? Something that you can write on better than your phone. Cool? Questions? No one want to leave? Go be awesome. Have a wonderful day.